MC Abdul, the Pen and Sword official video. Let's get it. We've been looking for, this is the newest thing he's dropped. Coming off of Palestine and shouting at the wall.
I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we
So, shouting at the wall and then Palestine, those were more like freestyles opposed to songs, and I say that just because like there wasn't like a chorus and that kind of stuff, and like the production, it was just his rapping, amazing rapping it was. But you know, there's a difference between a song and a freestyle just in song structure wise. And right here we have something that is definitely 100% a song. It has a chorus, this has a dope beat, the video is fire, this is everything. And I always say for artists, you will see an artist who's really good at making words, making clever sentences, but lacks in the ability to put it all together to make a song. So I'm going to see how MC Abdul does, and I like it off rip, the production on it, just sonically, the production, the words in the hook and everything. It sounds good. We're setting up well, and might have another hit. Let's go.
don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, save the world. Education is not just some privilege or right that every child deserves. Is God-given that right come under threat? It must be defended. You think Allah will see what you're doing to His children? Who's been held accountable? Who is
and this is super real shit, you know, and as to be expected by MC Abdul. He's a very young man, but the way he talks about social issues, I mean, I would even say maybe you would have to put it on par with Tupac. If you go to any rapper talking about real life social issues, you would have to say MC Abdul is on with Pac as far as that aspect of obviously he doesn't have he's still a kid, you know, give him some time to cook. I'm not saying he's Tupac, but what I'm saying is MC Abdul is the person who, or is an artist who will make that socially important record no matter what. Out of all I've heard of them have been so, like those kind of joints. And then when you look at what's going on right now in the world, it sort of makes sense that he comes again and he resurges with more music, because the dopest thing about MC Abdul's choice in narration, how he goes about narrating it, is he doesn't necessarily harp on these people are evil. That's not what he's getting at. All he's saying is, as long as all my people and all the people of the world are just that, people, and they deserve to be treated as such. They deserve the right to go learn. They deserve the right to feel safe at their home, like somebody isn't going to raid their house or bombs might get dropped on their crib or shit like that. These are very, 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 very basic human rights that this kid is begging for. So whether you decide that you stand for Israel or for Palestine or wherever you lie on that spectrum, right, you should always still stand for human rights, right? And you should never lose your humanity. And I said before in a video, and I still stand on this, that there are certain aspects of what is going on, and this is a war. This is a war of people losing their lives. And a lot of people losing their lives. And until I have become more informed, there's certain things that I just am not going to spread a false narrative on. Because, as I said before, and I will never take this back, if I don't know something, I'm going to just tell you I don't know something, because I know the importance and the power of voices, and I understand the importance and power of my platform, and I'm not going to be here preaching negative things that I don't know, because as I learn more, as I read more in articles and news, and I read the comments y'all give me, there is a lot I didn't know. And forgive me, Father, for I don't know. It's in the Bible. Nigga, I'm not going to, you understand what I'm saying? But I will stand for what I do know. And what I do know is people are people, and people deserve to be treated like people, regardless of skin color, age, religion. And this isn't like a fucking I'm such a good guy YouTube PSA. This is common fucking sense. We shouldn't kill each other senselessly, right? This is very, very common sense.
Every child deserves God-given that right. Come under threat, it must be defended. You think Allah will see what you're doing to his children? Who's been held accountable? Who's in charge, mister? These kids ain't got nothing to do with y'all business. You should be building more schools and not prisons. They bomb us, ain't even make news in y'all city. He could have been a scholar.
I didn't say they bombed us. It didn't even make news in y'all city. And it's real. Like, news cycles run, and don't get it twisted. The news is not here to inform you. And this is gonna be a spoiler. They're here to entertain you, right? So when if we're talking about this war Monday through Friday, and these ratings drop, watch this. And let's say Puff Daddy was having wild, unprotected sex. The news will stop talking about a war happening with people dying to report on Puff Daddy, because it's going to get them more views and it's going to up their ad dollars. So what he just said right there is, so don't get it twisted. Them news niggas, they don't even believe the shit they're saying sometimes. They just know where they work. They know where they stand. And at the end of the day, whether you're watching Fox and you're watching Republicans, or you're watching CNN and you're watching Democrats, or wherever in the middle, it's all owned by Turner Broadcasting, which is the same company. So you start realizing it's just a nigga who realized, yo, if I sell these guys this news, I sell these guys these news, I sell this guys these news, I can get paid 3 times for just fucking talking. It's the truth. It's the truth. You shouldn't be building more prisons and less schools. Where's your, you don't have hope? What are you projecting for? That we're going to have more scholars or more prisoners? Like, just these are. Clap them up.
You're doing to his children. Who's been held accountable? Who's in charge, mister? These kids ain't got nothing to do with y'all business. You should.
And the kids, people, all these people don't have nothing to do with y'all business. When I was like really young, I used to think war, right, was the president, like, let's say, like, so it'd be Joe Biden, and if Russia was going to war with us, they take Putin and Joe Biden and put them in a professional wrestling ring, and they like duke it out, right? That's what I thought war was as a child. And the older I get, I go, nah, let's take it back to that. Why do our brothers and cousins have to go and die for a problem you're having? Nah, y'all got the problem, nigga, fight it out. Because at the end of the day, these people you'll have your billions and resources and all this and this crude oil, and you guys will still keep upping the price on oil. You'll still keep upping the price every year on everything and calling it inflation. And then what? You'll still mistreat us where we are. You still will look at us less than where we are. So why do I have to die for that? You had people in America during the Civil War. You had Southern troops, slaves that were turned into troops. So that means a black man was fighting and dying for him to stay a slave. Do you think he really wanted to do that? Do you think that nigga did not want to be free? Of course he did. But these wars aren't fought by the people. It's not reflective of it. It's reflective of the population. We share I live here in America. Joe Biden is the president of America, right? But I think if you ask this nigga his favorite ice cream, it's not gonna be the same as my favorite ice cream. I'm just saying.
Could be building more schools in our prisons. They bomb the same, even make news in y'all city. He could have been a scholar, he dealing with different problems. Missile hit his home and crushed and killed his barber. We should be playing soccer or meeting up by lockers. He wanted to be a doctor, but he don't have those options. I remind him that the pen is straighter than the sword.
And like, you know, you think about like everybody watching this who didn't have to go through this kind of shit. Like, y'all remember middle school dances? You remember those? I remember getting like a lit girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? I remember they had these little things that go like that. You click a note, you click 1 6, and then they'll do it 6 times. Then you click a color, and then they'll do that. I remember that. I remember getting into fights at school. I've been in a lot of rumbles at school. I remember sneaking under the bleachers and drinking a beers with my friend. I remember all of these memories that like there's no amount of money I would spend to replace those. It's just great times of my life, right? I got that. Somebody else didn't get that, didn't get school. That nigga dealt with bombings, with attacks, with wars, with hunger, with all these kind of things that, you know, I didn't think about it. I was so worried on whether that girl liked me back. I didn't realize how blessed I actually was. And you shouldn't just use someone's struggle to like feel better about yourself, right? But what it should give you is perspective. What it should give you is maybe I should complain less and maybe I should do more. Maybe there's people in this world who could use my help. Maybe and it could be in a roundabout way. You could just be, you know, but maybe I could do more. Maybe my situation isn't that bad. Maybe I do sometimes feel sorry for myself. Maybe if I had the heart and balls of MC Abdullah, I would have made it through a couple more situations. This is because he was forced to become this. They were forced to become this, you know? And you just can't forget that. That nigga might have wanted to be a doctor. Now, how was that going to happen when a bomb dropped and killed his baba, you know?
I remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. I'm dreaming we coming together to save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we are humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, save the world. Yeah, inshallah. The system needs to be eradicated. The attacks on education has been activated. It's not random, it's intentional, it's calculated. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't aggravated. I ain't smiling cause I ain't happy. Know how many times I pray for peace and peace ain't happy. Still get on.
I smile, but I ain't happy. You know how many times I pray for peace and still peace ain't happened. You and don't think it's a coincidence, right? Like, thing about war, right, is there's technology and science, is there's research, is there's things like sociology and stuff, and the humans are smart enough to know there's shit I can do to you that will damn your generation for 2,000 years, i.e. abolish education where you're from, i.e. spread disease on you, i.e. bring alcohol to the Native Americans, i.e. bring smallpox to them, i.e. go to Africa and abolish the schools and burn down the schools of Egypt and later teach us that Europe created everything. It's called Eurocentrism. This isn't what they're doing. They're trying to, it's systemic. How about, instead of before we free these slaves, what if we teach them to hate themselves? What if we every day remind them that they were slaves and the only way you got out is by our freedom? And they won't have the self-confidence to truly ever fight against me. What if they are creating things to fuck you off for 500 years? If you think I'm lying, go to a poor neighborhood and look at the food around that bitch. Liquor store, McDonald's, liquor store, guns. Go to a poor neighborhood and look, and then go to a rich one. Whole Foods, Starbucks, everything there, the portions be this big. Nigga know what he doing. They know damn well what they're doing. They don't want you to live forever. I don't even want you to live long enough to get your social security in this motherfucking boy.
My work pray for peace, still gotta take actions. People held responsible for their actions. Until then, we gotta stay active. We need change, that change needs to be data-driven, accurate, comprehensive, and since we the victims, we deserve a voice in day-to-day decisions, and we can dig these generations out these grave conditions. I remind them that the pen
And you know what he does is so brilliant. Not only does he say that the system needs to change, but he also presents a change that could take place in it. You listen to the people, you treat the people, you make decisions based off of data and research, opposed to selfish or these kind of. This kid just is like, hey, we could tighten it up if we just did this, and that's the genius. Sometimes I've always thought like, I don't like to present a problem not having a solution. So, like, if I tell a friend, hey, I don't like your car, I would never say that unless I can buy you another car. That's the only way I will ever. I'm not going to tell you I don't like your shoes unless I'm going to buy you some more shoes, because why would I bring a problem with no solution? But I respect those who do. Hey man, we went out last time and your shoes were looking sort of old, but I ain't want to embarrass you, so here I just went and bought you this new pair, bro. Don't worry about it. You don't got to pay me back. It's a way different person than the guy, oh, your shoes are so dirty, and that's a very different person.
Remind him every time is greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, inshallah.
These is kids, man. Don't ever forget.
If you've ever seen
hit that subscribe button. This was Certified Vibe Check. It comes another reaction by me right there. Bang, music video by me right there. Wow, click on it. Show me some love. Watch the video so long you didn't hit that thumbs up button. You're a hoe. Stop being a hoe. KBD family. Love y'all. Salute. I am gone.